All right. Welcome back, YouTubers. My name is Jeff Ferguson. This is Inland Northwest Native News, and just like I promised, we got a Hoopfest episode for you. If this is your first time tuning in, thank you once again for joining us. We really appreciate it. It's an honor to be here. It's an honor to be covering the news and events for the 11 tribes of the Inland Northwest and all the Native communities within them, from the Blackfeet to the Colvilles, from the Warm Springs and Umatilla, all the way up to the Kootenays, everybody in between, the Kalispels, the Coeur d'Alenes, the Spokanes, Colvilles, Yakimas, everybody. It's just an honor to, and it's an honor to have you join us. If you've never been here before, thank you. If you have been here, thank you once again for joining us. If you'd like to follow us, be sure to click on the red subscribe button down in the right hand corner of your screen, and that way you'll be notified with each and every episode that we post on YouTube. We're doing about one episode once a week. Also, if you have any questions or comments, be sure to leave them in the comment section below. I'll leave links to some of the things that I'm talking about here. I'll leave links to the powwow videos coming up from Arlie. I'll leave links to some of the dancers. I'll leave a link to the championship video from last year's Hoopfest, 6 foot and over, from 2018. I'm also going to be leaving links to the video for the men's 6 foot and under championship out at Hoopfest for 2019, and the women's final game of the women's elite division in this year's Hoopfest too. So those will all be in the link joining us. If you do decide to subscribe, it doesn't cost you a nickel. It's just kind of like following somebody on Facebook or following them on Twitter or Instagram. All it does is you click the bell, it'll send you a notification once we post a new video. Also, be sure to let us know if you'd like to see more powwow videos, if there's events that you want us to come out and cover. We're looking at going down to the Walla Walla to catch the Indian relays. We're also looking at going to Omak for the Omak Stampede and the suicide race over there. We got a handful of other powwows. We'll be out shooting out in Usk, up on the Kalispel Reservation, out at Welpinit Powwow over Labor Day weekend. I know there's other powwows coming up too. This coming weekend we'll be out in Nispelem, so be sure to check up. We're only going to be covering each powwow on a different episode, and then we're also going to be doing other things coming up, like the flotilla down on the Nez Perce Res down on the Snake River. So that's another thing that we'll be covering. We have all these wonderful things going on in our little section, in our little corner of Indian country up here in the Inland Northwest. Is truly an honor. We really appreciate you being here. If you have any questions or comments, if you have an elder that you'd like us to interview, if you have maybe an up-and-coming athlete, somebody that's inspiring people, like Shoni Schimmel or maybe like Rosalie Fish, some of these wonderful youth or even some of the elders. If you have academics, if you have any professionals that you'd like us to interview, give us some suggestions. We'd love to go out, make arrangements, sit down and cover some of the projects that they're working on. We've got really exciting things happening in Indian country. We got tribes that are going solo. We got tribes that are doing economic development. If you have any economic development stories, we'd love to go out and check those out. I know the Nimipoos picked up the Clarkston Country Club. I know that the Spokanes have got the Children of the Sun Solar Initiative that's going on. We also have other tribes that are trying to get rid of dams. They're trying to, the Upper Columbia United Tribes are trying to bring the salmon back. We're going to be following those guys. We'll be getting updates from some of those guys, and just be sure to follow us. If you haven't checked out our Facebook page, we're posting all the flyers and the events for powwows and stick game tournaments and basketball tournaments and all those different things happening out throughout the Inland Northwest. We're putting up there on Facebook. We're also trying to keep up with a little bit of Twitter. Haven't started an Instagram page, but be sure to let us know. Let us know what you want to hear. Let us know about the things that are important to you, because that's why we're here, is to cover the news and events for you. It's not about me. It's not about YouTube. It's about being able to get the Native voice out there. We have so many things, positive things going on in Indian country. We're also keeping a close watch on the missing and murdered Indigenous women. If there's any developments in that you'd like for us to post, be sure to send it our way. If you want, you can message me on Facebook, and if you want to message me and you want to send something that you want to get out there, be sure to let me know. I'll be happy to share that stuff out there with the rest of Indian country. This is such an exciting time. It's such a great time to be Indigenous here. Natives have been pushed aside, and so many people. I hear it over and over again. Do you still live in teepees. I thought you were extinct. I didn't even know there was that tribe. I'd never been to a reservation, but you know what? We're still 40, and I'm, it's so exciting to me because there's so many cool things going on in Indian country to be able to cover all these things. It's a great day to be Indigenous. We've seen things happen like Standing Rock. We saw the standoff with the oil rigs over in Puget Sound. We're seeing things that are happening now that have never happened in the history of the United States. Our people have been in these indigenous lands for since time immemorial, but now we have the ability to communicate. We have the ability to come together in solidarity and unite for common causes, and that is exciting. That is such an exciting thing. I didn't do any real announcements this time. I hadn't heard anything from anybody, and I would really like to get to know more about what you'd like to hear. If you want me to do more announcements, if you want me to do job announcements, I can research the job announcements on the different reservations. I can research different programs. We can bring in nonprofits, organizers. We can bring in all sorts of different people. Just let me know what you want to hear. This is, again, about covering the news and events that you want to hear about. We spent all weekend out at Hoopfest interviewing Native American teams. We got a whole bunch of teams from all over the region. We got some from Lapaway. We got them from Muckleshoot. We got them from the Colville Res, from the Spokane Res. We even got some from Yakima. So we got a whole bunch of Hoopfesters out there. We got some great interviews. We got one with Jaci McCormack, who's now running the Rise Above, and she was playing in the Women's Elite Division, Nez Perce out of Lewiston area, down on the Nez Perce Res, and she grew up and she actually played for Illinois State, so she's back, and now she's running a Native American nonprofit. We were able to spend some time with her. We also got a interview with Shoni Schimmel. Now, Shoni Schimmel, she's a former WNBA player that was playing down there at Hoopfest, and we got some highlights from her game in the finals. Her team went ahead and took the championship. What an amazing event. We had Native teams, we had about 100 of them registered to play this year, and I got to talk to maybe about 25 or 30 of them, men, women, mixed co-ed teams. We got it in there with the little kids. We got some of the middle school girls. We got high schoolers. We got all sorts of them. We got some of the college players, former college players, some former NCAA Division 1, former NCAA Division 2. We also got an interview with Spokane Tribal member Bobby Lippman and his team. This year are defending their third championship back-to-back for the men's 6 foot and over division. So him and Leon Hayes, they went ahead and took the title. We got some highlights from that. We got an interview from before the game, and we got an interview from him after the game. But it was just an amazing time. So we had both Shoni Schimmel and we had Jaci McCormack that made the Spokesman Review. It was both articles in the Spokesman Review. Pretty exciting stuff. Pretty happy to see that the natives are out there repping the res pretty hard. We had tribes from all over the place, and we got a chance to slow it down. Got some slow motion video footage. We got commentary from Nimipu Randy Bowen. We got comments from former Wellpinit head coach from the Wellpinit Redskins team, Billy Flett Sr. He was talking with us a little bit about what it's been like. We got commentary from Colville Tribal Council member Joel Boyd, who was out there playing. We also got some comments from some of the kids around playing on the younger teams. We got some. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and get to that. We got some best footage. We got a bunch of stuff. And so this next episode that we got coming up, episode 11, we were able to make it out to Arlee, and we got some commentary from one of the boys' teen fancy dancers that went out there. We got some amazing footage from some of the best powwow dancers around. They had the women's 18 and over Iron Woman jingle dress competition. We had about 30 jingle dancers out there starting out, and we had one amazing little girl that got out there and she danced her heart out all the way down to the end. That particular competition went on for about 55 minutes, 19 songs. It was either 19 or 20. I have to look at that again, but be sure to check that out. That'll be coming up in the next episode 11, filmed out there at Arlee. And I also got an interview with Spokane Tribal member, Native American filmmaker Ryan Abe, and he's going to talk to us a little bit about his film that he's been screening called Red Road. It was a short that he did with a handful of guys, and it really talked about and hit home with a lot of the current issues that face Native Americans, kind of going in between ancestral ways and some of the issues that we face off the reservation in urban society. And he really hit home with some of those issues. He did a really good job with it, but we were able to spend some time with him, so he'll be in that episode coming up too. And I'm gonna try and get interview with that little girl from Arlee. So man, that was amazing. The crowd just went nuts. She was out there dancing, made it all the way down to the Final Four before she got tapped out, and everybody was out there throwing money at her. Man, they went crazy when she finally left the floor. And then afterwards, there was a gal that from Wyoming that came, and she took first place for that jingle special. But that little gal came out again and gave her a big hug, and man, the crowd just loved her. The crowd went nuts. I got great footage of the whole thing, but man, those women, they poured their hearts out into that dance, into that special, and it was really something special to see. We also got a bunch more highlights from the Arlee powwow, and so that'll be coming up in episode 11. So thank you once again for joining us. We really appreciate it. Let's get to those Hoopfest highlights. All right, good job, guys. We're out here with Inland Northwest Native News, kind of a newer YouTube channel. I just watched you guys smoke these guys from Scranton. How's it looking this year?
Good.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah. Man, you guys are right on.
Yeah.
You guys been playing together for a while?
Yeah. Yeah. Just started this summer though.
Yeah. And where are you from?
Welping it.
And what's your name?
William. Yeah.
William what?
William Dick. Elijah Tenasket.
All right. Who else is on your team?
Eugene Tenasket and Uriah Tenasket.
All right. That's great. What's your bracket look like this year?
I haven't seen much competition yet.
I think we're going to take it.
Yeah, you think so? Feeling pretty confident, huh?
Yeah.
All right. That's great. Well, how long had you guys been practicing together?
We haven't even had a practice.
Yeah, we just
came here to hoop.
Yeah.
What year are you?
14. Is that 14? Yeah.
14.
14 and 14?
Yeah.
All right, that's great. Are you guys playing on just one team this year, or are you on other?
On two.
I'm playing on two too.
Okay. What divisions are you?
I'm competitive for the other one. I'm not freshman, competitive. Co-ed.
Yeah, co-ed.
Hey, what's your other guy here?
Uriah.
All right. How's it going, Uriah?
Good.
All right, good. I was just talking with these guys. You guys look pretty good out there on the court. How are you feeling today?
I think we're gonna win it.
Yeah.
You think you're going to win it?
Yeah, I think we got it.
All right. So how many points did you get in this game?
I didn't score.
You didn't score. How about you?
I don't know, a lot.
A lot. How about you?
Same, a lot.
Too many, huh? Too many to count.
Inland Northwest Native News, like and subscribe.
Good job!
Get some makeup on.
Get some makeup on. All right. So.
Randy's a Nemi poo. We're covering all blue ducks.
Make sure.
You got a list of questions you're asking me, so that way I can have prepared answers. That'd be really great if you did.
Well, yeah. The first question is, what's your name?
Hi, my name is Randy Bowen, Spokane Tribe IT Manager, enrolled in Nimipu, Tribe of Idaho.
All right. That's great. And you're Blue Dogs this year.
Team Blue Dogs, been playing with Ken Leader Charge and his squads for the last 5 years now.
All right. That's great. You guys look pretty good out there today.
Thanks. It was tough. Steady down clowns, or whatever they're called. Those guys were tough guys, good ball players. It was an honor and a privilege to play them.
Yeah. Are you playing on one team this year? How many teams are you playing on?
One team. I'm 45 years old, and that's about all I can handle.
All right. That's great. So what's your bracket looking like?
We have a total of 8 teams in our bracket. Bunch of old guys, 45 to 55 years old. We're just hoping we can keep up with all of them.
Is your whole team Nimipu?
No, we got a Colville, 2 Colvilles, and one dark-skinned brother from Chicago.
All right.
Yeah.
That's great. Well, we appreciate you taking time. Good luck to you.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Yeah. All right.
Go Hoopfest.
All right. Go Hoopfest. All right.
Oh!
So you guys just, yeah, that was kind of tough out there on the court, man.
That's Hoopfest. That's
Yeah, that was a good job. You know, it came right down to it, a little overtime in the end there.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you guys kind of a struggle. I don't know that everything got called that might have been called, but
Yeah, that's just the way we play, though. We're as ballers, so we don't really call much.
yeah.
We don't,
Where
we're
you
not
guys
used
from?
to that. I'm from Spokane tribe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tribe.
Colville?
Yeah.
All right, what's the name of your team?
Tenasket.
Yeah. How many years you guys been playing?
Oh man, since I was little, probably 15 years.
This has been my first year back since 7th grade.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Cool.
So I'm trying to get him to shoot.
Very cool. All right.
Get it done though.
Yeah.
Yeah, so good job. Where are you guys playing next?
Right here at 1.
Right here,
I
one.
won. All right, man. We'll have to come back and try to get a few shots here, guys.
Yeah.
That's right.
Good job. Good luck, guys.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. All right, so what's your name?
Sam Miller,
Sam, and where are you from?
Omak, Washington.
All right, you Colville?
Yeah.
All right, and you're playing here?
Yes.
All right, what's the name of your team?
The Al Gunners.
Cool. How many years you been playing?
Ball?
Uh-huh.
Pretty much not 5 years old.
Oh, wow. That's great. How many years you play Hoopfest?
My first year.
Oh, cool. How many of you guys came out?
4 of us. Well, 3 that are native, and then my brother, our friend Mike. Yeah. That's my brother right there. He's also Cobo.
Cool. Very cool. All right, so have you played yet?
We just got done playing, but we lost.
Yeah. Oh, pretty tough competition this year, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, we got little nebbies there, native and crazy.
Cool.
Yeah.
How many teams do you guys have all together came with you?
How many teams do we got here out there that came with us?
I got like 7 or 8 different kids playing on different teams.
Oh, very cool. Wow, that'll keep you busy, huh?
Oh,
Very
yeah.
cool. All right, man. Well, thank you so much for your time.
Good time.
Yeah, good luck to you.
Thanks.
Yeah. So, what's your name?
Gabe.
Gabe. Where are you from, Gabe?
I'm from Arizona, but I live in Omak in Washington.
Oh, are you playing this year?
Yeah.
Who are you playing with?
I'm playing with a team from Omak. And then I was going to play with this Unitary Hoops team, but I said nah.
How many years have you been playing out here?
Like, since I was in 2nd grade, 3rd grade.
Well, are you playing for OMAC? You playing over there? Yeah, high school?
Yeah, no, I'm in high school this year. I'm a 9th grader now.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. So what's your bracket looking like?
Pretty good, pretty big.
Yeah?
Yeah, we won our first game, and then we have a game at 11.
Cool. Congratulations.
Thank you.
What's the name of your team?
Omak Ballers.
OMAC Ballers.
Original name.
All right. Cool.
Pioneer.
One for you guys.
Cool. Who are these guys here?
It's the other way.
They're my cousins.
That's another.
They're cousins.
What's your
They're
name?
all best friends.
Jovan.
Javon, where are you from?
Omak.
OMAC? You guys all Colvilles?
Yes.
Yes. All right. Cool. All right. How many years have you been playing together?
Since 2nd grade.
2nd grade. For like 7.
Oh, wow. That's great. You guys win?
Yes, we won our first.
When do you play again?
Noon.
Yeah. You know any of the other teams in your bracket?
No. I mean, they are.
Yeah.
They're playing against their friends.
All right. Well, good luck, guys.
Thank you.
All right. How are you guys doing today?
Good.
All right. What are your names?
Sedasia Michelle. Taya Graham.
All right. Where are you from?
Omak, Washington.
Oh, Matt. You guys play already?
Yeah.
Yeah. How'd you do?
Well, my team won.
Your team won? You guys both won?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm out interviewing as many native teams as I can. We have over 100 native teams this year that are registered to play in Hoopfest.
Dang.
Yeah. How does that make you feel?
Good.
Yeah, very cool. And so far, like 7 out of 8 of them won their first rounds, which is all pretty cool. And some of them just like smoked these other teams. This team from Scranton earlier they got blown out like 20-3 or something like that. Well, what's your bracket looking like? Do you know?
Not really. I'm not sure yet.
Oh, how about the team that you played? Was it pretty close?
No.
You just smoked them?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you feeling pretty confident now?
Yeah.
All right. What school do you guys go to?
We're going to Omak High School this year.
Both of you. All right. Are you planning on trying to play for college teams?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. What college are you looking at?
Gonzaga.
All right. Hold on.
I'm looking at you, though.
All right. Very cool. All right. So how many years have you been playing Hoopfest?
Since like since like 3rd grade, and we're gonna be freshmen.
And how do you have you guys ever placed or anything like that?
Yeah. I think I've taken 3rd a couple times, and we won 1st one year. Yeah.
So you're pretty confident this year, though?
Yeah.
All right, that's great. Well, good job winning earlier, and good luck to you. Maybe I'll try and catch up to you a little bit later. Maybe get some shots of you on the court.
Okay.
Yeah. It's nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Good luck to you, ladies. So we're out here within the Northwest Native News, and we caught up with one of the Muckleshoot teams. What's your name?
Kai
What's your last name?
Williams.
Williams. All right. Are you a Muckleshoot? All right. Did you guys play already?
Yeah,
Yeah. How'd you do?
we won.
Yeah. Very cool. Is this your first year playing out at Hoopfest?
I think it's my 2nd year or 3rd.
Oh, very cool. So do you play basketball for your team normally at Muckleshoot Tribal School?
Uh-huh.
Do you? And how long have you been playing for them?
I forgot.
Oh, that's okay. Do you plan on to keep playing through high school and stuff?
I don't know.
No?
I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah. How many times have you come over for Hoopfest?
Maybe 3 or 2.
Yeah. You have a good time when you come over?
Yeah.
All right. That's great. Cool. Well, I'm going to let you go. I just wanted to say good luck and thank you guys for coming over. So you're playing with Rise Above. I saw the article in the newspaper.
Mm-hmm.
So one of your teammates is Jackie?
Jackie, yeah.
Oh, that's great. All right, so I'm super stoked. I was hoping to catch you guys down here playing. I wasn't sure I was going to make it over in time. There are so many Native teams out here. It's crazy. So tell me your name. Tell me where you're from.
My name's Shanice Pion, formerly Pacotis. I'm from Inchlim, Washington. And I spent my high school days here in Spokane at Meade.
Okay, and who else is playing on your team?
So we have Jaci McCormack, Riley Holsinger, and Melissa Norman. And I think Melissa is one of Riley's friends from Vanguard. I'm not sure though.
That's great. So how long have you been playing ball?
Pretty much my whole life, since before I was in school. My family's all really into basketball, and growing up I just always played up usually with my older sister, so yeah.
How long have you been playing Hoopfest?
Hoopfest has always been awesome. It's always something I look forward to every year, but since kindergarten, I would say. And I just haven't been here the past 3 years, though. I have 2 kids, and this is their first time here at Hoopfest, so yeah.
Well, they'll keep you busy out here.
Yeah, for sure, yeah.
All right. So did you play college ball?
Yeah, I started out at Eastern. I played there for 3 years, and then I transferred to Hawaii Pacific for my senior year. Yeah.
Oh, that's great. How long were you at Hawaii Pacific?
We lived there for a year, so I just finished my senior year of basketball there.
All right.
Yeah.
So did you get a chance to see your brackets this year?
Yeah, I did. I always scout out everyone, my whole family. I scout out everyone's brackets and see who they're playing against. And so yeah, I saw like half the teams in our division are all like Native teams, so that's awesome.
Yeah. Have you played against any of those other teams before?
There's a few. Tisha Phillips was an old teammate of mine at Eastern, and I've played against like Shoni and Jude back in high school, but I haven't played against them since we've hit the college level. Yeah.
So are you seeded at all? Do you know?
I honestly can't. I have no idea. I would say we're probably the underdogs, just considering that we entered into the women's just competitive, the open one, and they asked us to move up. So they thought we could compete at the elite level. So we're the underdogs, I would say.
All right. So you're out here playing for Rise Above.
Rise Above.
Can you talk a little bit about that?
I haven't been involved in it myself, but I've just been watching from a distance and seeing Jackie with like the former NBA players going to different reservations and everything. It's been like super awesome, and it's inspiring, and it's something that I would personally like to, kind of be a part of for myself. Just because I grew up on the reservation, and I know that there is a lot of talent on the reservation, but kids don't often get the same opportunities that you do in the city where, there's money and there's more camps, and so it's really cool what Jackie is doing with all of that.
What's basketball done for you?
It's kind of been my motivator throughout my life. I spent every summer through middle school and high school playing all summer AAU, trying to get like a scholarship to college, and It just really like kept me straight, out of trouble. It made me get good grades, like all of that kind of, yeah.
What does Hoopfest mean for you?
Hoopfest is fun because it's just now, instead of motivating me to go somewhere with basketball, now I just get to enjoy it. So it's really fun. Yeah.
So we have over 100 Native teams that are registered out here at Hoopfest this year. What do you think of that?
It's awesome. Like, I always look around and see who I can recognize, and if I don't recognize somebody, I try to find out who they are. And yeah, it's just awesome seeing all the Indian teams here.
So do you have any favorites in the men's elite division?
The men's elite. Well, one of my good buddies, Jake Green, is playing, and he's just been a really good family friend of my husband and me, so we'll always support him. I haven't really looked at many of the other teams, but I think he's in the 6 foot and over, so yeah.
Very cool. Well, we're going to keep an eye on you.
Yeah.
Good luck, and thank you so much for your time.
Thank you. Thank you. Inland Northwest Native News. Like and subscribe.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Yay. Thank you.
So I saw your story in the newspaper, actually on the newspaper website. That was pretty cool, so I was hoping to get down here and get a few words from you. I saw you guys out there playing on the court, man. You were hustling.
Yeah, 3-on-3, it's a tough game, especially in this heat, too.
Yeah, for sure. So can you talk a little bit about the Rise Above?
Yeah, so Rise Above was founded in 2015, and it was founded to empower youth through sport. So what we did is, I've always had a dream to give back to kids after playing Division I basketball, and I always wanted someone to look up to and provide opportunities to, and provide education, and help in any way that I can, because youth, I'm really passionate about our Native youth.
So you, from what it said in the article, they're making a film about you.
They are. It's a feature film. We were approached, my business partner and I, Brad Myers, we were approached by a writer from Hollywood and kind of had some conversations with him. He always wanted to do a movie about Resball, and when we had some dialogue, I kind of shared my story about where I came from and some of the obstacles I had to overcome, and he was like, I want to do a movie, but I want to do about your life story. And he said, don't answer right now, take some time, because it is overwhelming. And I thought about it, and I thought if this is any way for me to be able to provide insight or help kids overcome, help them see themselves in me and the struggles that I went through, I was all for it. It's a little overwhelming though.
Yeah, so you're a Nimipu?
Yes.
All
Yeah.
right. Are you from Lapwai?
Yes, I grew up in Lapwai.
All right, that's great. How many years have you been playing Hoopfest?
Oh man, I think my first Hoopfest was when I was 8th grader. Yeah, so long time.
So what's Hoopfest meant for you?
it's a great time that family comes and supports other people, supports, the Native community. Always, if there's a Native playing, the court is surrounded by people supporting that team, and it's just a good way to bring people together. And Hoopfest it's grown so much since I was an 8th grader, and it's a great environment. I mean, you can't beat this.
So I came down here. I heard we had over 100 Native teams that were registered for Hoopfest this year, so I wanted to do an entire episode in the Northwest Native News based on Native teams down here. I got down here about 8 o'clock, and it's taken me almost 3 hours to work my way over to your court.
Oh, I believe it. My nieces and nephews played this morning, and it took me an hour to find their court. So I believe even if you know where you're going, it's going to take you a while.
Yeah, well, I've interviewed people from, or kids from Muckleshoot Tribe, Colvilles, some Nimiipuu, some Spokanes, a whole bunch of different people out there. What were your thoughts when they told you that it is kind of overwhelming to do your life story. What were you feeling?
I had a lot of conversations with the writer and, some personal friends of mine and family, and, just really had to think, is this something that I want to put my entire good, bad, indifferent life story out there for people to see? And like I said, if it's going to help kids, I'm behind it. And the vision behind the movie is really to make the nonprofit sustainable so we can serve kids forever. So there's a social movement component that we're trying to incorporate through the film, and then after speaking to tribes and communities and doing our clinics to rise above, there's a long-term plan behind it for sure.
So in this journey of yours, it's been a little while, because I think I read you played college ball up until, was it 05? Was that right?
Yeah, I graduated in 2005 from Illinois State.
But you're still heavily involved in basketball. What's been the most challenging thing about it all for you?
About just continuing playing?
Yeah.
Oh, definitely. It's your mind thinks you can do things, and your body is like, hey, slow down, you're 37. So, but I love it. You don't keep playing if you don't love the game, and that's what I love about Hoopfest. You have every age bracket, every division, every ability out here, and people just love to play, and it makes Hoopfest amazing.
Yeah, very cool. So, I was trying to think about what I would be like to try to have do a life story about you. It's got to be kind of humbling in a way, but also, is it something? Are they going to write the story? Are you going to write the story? How's that going to work out?
Yeah, so we've had a lot of conversations with the writer, and one of the things and terms that I've agreed to do it on is keeping the film real and authentic, making sure there's cultural appropriate messages throughout the film, but it's got to be authentic. We want to, everyone asks me if I'm going to be able to play myself in the film. I'm not, but the idea behind it is we're going to find a Native girl that can play basketball, that she's going to play the role of me. And I did an interview yesterday with ESPN Radio, and they said, do you have a person in mind? And I said, absolutely. I don't know who she is. I don't know where she's going to come from. But I think about this girl all the time and how this opportunity is going to open up a lot of doors for her and really change her life in a really positive way. I'm hopeful. And that excites me.
Very cool. Well, I know that your story is going to inspire and motivate a lot of young Natives. So that's really cool. I really appreciate you taking your time to come out and talk with us a little bit today. If people are interested in learning more about your organization and some of the projects you're working on, how do they get a hold of you?
So we have a website. It's www.nativeyouthriseabove.org. But we also have Facebook and Instagram. We have a Twitter, but we're a two-man show right now, so keeping up with social media is a little overwhelming. But definitely reach out on those platforms, and we'd be happy to respond if there's any questions or interest in partnering or helping. We're open.
All right. That's great. Well, we'll be sure to get your contact information up for them too.
Inland Northwest Native News, like and subscribe.
All right, so we're out here for Inland Northwest Native News, and we have one of the most legendary coaches in all of Indian Country with us today. How's things going out here today?
I just got here. Everything's going so far so good, but this is one of the tournaments that I always look forward to coming to, though. I mean, I've played in it. I got grandkids, kids playing in it, nieces, nephews, a lot of family playing in this tournament.
Yeah, did you remember the very first Hoopfest? Were you a part of that?
I was never part of the very first Hoopfest. It was maybe a few years after that when I started coming out, and then I actually played in Hoopfest maybe 4 times before, and that was it. The last time I played was a few years ago with my 3 older sons, and we actually played in the family bracket, and we ended up taking second place that year.
All right, that's pretty good. Yeah, so how many teams over the years have you actually coached or, helped out to get through Hoopfest?
Man, if we're talking junior high all the way down to when my older boys were younger, about 7, 8 years old, I actually coached them all the way through their high school years. Then my youngest son, I coached him through high school. So I got 23 years of coaching high school girls and high school boys, junior high boys. And as for 3-on-3 tournaments, I've did a lot of 3-on tournaments with my sons. And I put in a lot of years doing this.
So we shot some of the boys a little bit earlier this morning, I think about 8:30. One of the Spokane teams over there, the Tenaskets, where they're out there, and they were just dominating. It was great to see. When you look at the Inland Northwest and all the different tribes and all the native players out there, do you see any really good prospects who might be going to Division I?
Actually, there are some younger kids that are coming up that go to school at Lippmann on the boys' side that they got some good height and they can ball. And actually, they're like freshmen and sophomores. I think if they really put the work in, they really have a shot at whether it be Division I or even community college. We have some girls that are playing out at Lippmann right now. Same thing, but I think all the way through Indian Country in the years past, years ago, it was tough to get Indian native ballers to go to college or whatnot. But right now, this day and age, we have a lot of native ballers that can actually compete against anybody in the country. And you see a lot of native ballers going, whether it be community college, D3, D2, D1, I mean, to me, I think the numbers have really risen over the past 10 years or so. And so it looks promising for native country.
Yeah. Cool. So that's really positive. That's a good thing to hear. When we talk about the teams and the native teams and the tribal schools from the Inland Northwest, when you're coming to Hoopfest, is there anybody out there that you always kind of keep an eye on, maybe Yakima Tribal School or any of the other ones?
Well, honestly, I retired from coaching boys after 19 years doing it straight, 19 years high school boys. I retired 2 years ago, so I stepped down, and actually the person that took over the program, Jake Green, who's doing a real good job with them. Then what I did last year, my 2 sons, my older sons, Chaz and TJ, took over the high school girls program out in Lippmann. So I actually volunteered with them to help them out last year. And this year, I'm just sitting back, and I hope to work with a lot of the younger girls in the middle school age group. I'm just going to sit back this year and just watch.
Yeah.
So
cool. Well, how's your program looking for the State B this coming year?
Well, the boys side of it, actually, they're young, but they're capable. I mean, there's a lot of talent there, a lot of raw talent there. And I really think that Coach Jake Green will do a lot of good with them boys coming up. It's there for them to get there. The girls side, my 2 sons, Chaz and TJ, are coaching the girls again this year. Actually, they actually brought a new style in with the girls from our boys program, and they actually they're going to be ready. They're going to have a shot at going to the arena this year too.
Cool. Yeah. Excellent, man. Well, thank you so much for taking the time. Good to see you.
All right, thanks.
Yeah. How you doing?
Good.
Good. What's your name?
Michael.
Michael, where are you from, Michael?
Washington.
Washington. D.C.?
No.
No. Washington State?
Yeah.
George Washington?
No.
No. Spokane?
Yeah.
Welpinit?
No.
No. Spokane?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. You playing this year?
Yeah.
You're not just sitting down here watching people?
Well, I'm doing that too.
Oh, you're doing that too, huh? Yeah. All right. You're on his team?
Yeah.
All right. What's your name?
Lauren.
Lauren what?
Tenasket.
Lauren Tenasket, how you doing today?
Good.
Did you win?
No, we lost.
No, but you'll get him next time, right?
Yeah.
All right, what's the name of your team?
Savage Beasts.
Savage Beast, and you're on the team too?
Yeah.
What's your name?
Montana.
Montana. What's your last name, Montana?
Stensgaard.
Stensgaard. Are you?
Well, kind of. You gotta come on down to Colville.
Oh, very cool. You guys having a good time?
Yeah.
All right, good.
In the Northwest Native News, like and subscribe.
Thanks again, everybody, for coming out to Nike Center Court, the 30th anniversary of Hoopfest. Before we get this next game underway, I want to give a big shout out to a major sponsor, Inlander. Make sure you pick up the Inlander's official Hoopfest event guide and the team check-in.
The Kalispell Tribe of Indians and Northwest Resort and Casino.
Lee Hayes with the ball, start things off. Lee Hayes takes over. Kelly, nice little pass. Lay-in for Lippmann. Lee Hayes up 3-1 here. Another 2 attempt. Doesn't get this one to fall. Lippmann battling for the rebound. Nice little pass down low. Lippmann gets it to fall. Nice little pass. Another dime for Hart. Strong take, but blocked at the rim by Hart. Sergio Smith denied. Hart drops it inside to Lippmann. He gets it to fall. Axton puts the game away. Lee and Hayes dominating win. 20-4 takeout Cardi buckets. Feeling it from deep.
I'd like to take a moment and thank some major sponsors, Northern Quest Resort and Casino. Once again, a proud major sponsor of Hoopfest 2019. And when you're in the mood for something relaxing after a long day of basketball, Northern Quest is a great place to take a break from all the action.
All right, are we rolling? Can you see him? All right, so we're out here, Hoopfest. We just got off center court with Spokane Tribal member Bobby Lippman here. He's playing for Lee and Hayes again. They're going for their 3rd championship in the men's elite division, 6 feet and over. They won back-to-back the last 2 years. How does it feel, Bobby?
Feels pretty good.
All right, so how long have you been trying to get your first championship?
It took 10 years. 10 years of playing in the elite.
All right, so 10 years in the making. You're going for a three-peat. Do you know if anybody had ever done 3 in a row?
No, David Pendergraph's won 5, but never 3 in a row.
So you're right there. You took, how many games did you take today?
2.
You took 2. You're done for the day?
Yep.
So you're going in again tomorrow?
Yes. Yeah.
So what's the rest of your bracket look like? Do you know?
I don't know too many of the teams, but I know we're playing on the streets tomorrow, so it'll be a long road back to center court.
All right, so yeah, how many games you got tomorrow? 3 or 4?
3 to get back to center court, 5 altogether to win it all.
Oh wow! And you guys were out here on center court yesterday. You played a whole nother tournament just yesterday.
Yeah, we played another 4 games, FIBA style, so a lot quicker pace, shot clock. It was a lot more than I expected.
So between that, you said 4 then, 2 today, and if you go all the way tomorrow, that'll be 5. So that'll be 11 games.
Yeah, basically.
Wow, that's kind of crazy. Kind of crazy. Well, I hope you eat your Wheaties.
Yeah.
I hope you get out there. What are you looking forward to the most?
I just love being out here and playing outside and the street basketball, and it's just fun.
What does Hoopfest mean for you?
Oh, it means a lot. Growing up in Spokane, it means a lot to a lot of people. For me, it's always been a grind just getting to the stage, but now that finally here, I just appreciate every moment of it. Yeah.
All right, cool. Well, congratulations, bro.
Thank you.
Appreciate it, man. Thanks. Good luck tomorrow. Get rested, bro.
Go, D! Go,
All right, so we are out here today with Shoni Schimmel. You guys, that was a tough game. Talk a little bit about that game for us.
Yeah, I mean, we're coming through the back door. We lost our first one, so we're kind of taking it personal. Just go out there, have fun, but at the same time, we're here to compete. And, it's always fun playing against a home team. And as if you couldn't tell, it gets riled up, but at the same time, we're just here to have fun and go out there and win.
So I watched these farm girls play yesterday. They played really tough yesterday. So to come back and beat them, I didn't see what the final was. What was the final?
I think it ended up being 20-19, I think.
Yeah, that was really close. Good job. So, where are you from?
I'm from Eastern Oregon, Mission, Oregon, right there next to Pendleton.
So are you Warm Springs or Umatilla? Or?
I'm enrolled CTUIR, so KU, Umatilla, Walla Walla, Nez Perce, and I have family in Warm Springs, and I also have family in Yakima. So I'm all over, Indian country out here repping.
Yeah, that's great. So how many years you been playing out of here at Hoopfest?
I think this is my third year only. I went to college and was gone for a couple years in high school, so didn't get very many opportunities, but once I did, I took advantage of them, come out here and have fun, and gotta love the snow cones.
Yeah. So you did a little stint with the WNBA, is that right?
Correct, yes, and at some point I plan on going back, but right now I'm just taking my time, 27 years, and 23 of those I dedicated to basketball. It was just a whirlwind, and for me now it's just getting my health right and sitting there worrying about what's important, and, not stressing out as much as I was before, and it takes that, with time it takes a lot of effort, and so for me I'm getting right.
So coming out of, you said 23 years into basketball, to do what's important to you now?
Eating right, taking care of my body, health reasons. My grandma's on dialysis for 20 years, and, she passed away, so that's why grandma sis, and for that you take it for, you go out there and rep it. That's, every time I step on the court, I'm playing for my grandma just because I know she's watching.
Yeah, that's really cool. Basketball is so important to Indian kids all over the country. We have an opportunity to go all the way through college and on to do something like WNBA. If you had a message to all the Indian kids out there watching, what would you say to them?
Stay with it. If it means anything to you, you'll go out there and stick with it. And for me, it's going out there and doing it and, giving them the opportunity to see it be done and not only have, that vision for them. Oh, Shoni did it. Well, I can do it, and that's what I encourage everybody to do, to go out there and, not be like Shoni Schimmel, be better than Shoni Schimmel.
Cool. Now you had all sorts of different things that came up, I'm sure, along the way. Can you talk a little bit about some of the biggest obstacles that you'd had to overcome?
Oh yeah, they're everywhere. You have your ups, your downs, your goods, your bads, the uglies, the greats and everything like that. But for me, it's, getting hurt. My junior year, I got an ankle sprain and I was out for 7 weeks. And later on down in my career, I got a concussion and was out for 7 weeks. And so, my grandma passing, it's just, things like that. But God wouldn't put those in your life if you couldn't handle it. And so for me, I'm just, going out there and giving life the best shot that I can and, being the best me that I can be.
That's really cool. What kind of projects outside of basketball do you have going on right now?
I was currently coaching high school girls basketball. I did that for a year, and it was pretty fun. I had fun with it, and I recently just ended up applying for another coaching job. So sticking with basketball, I figured I played on the court, so what's it like being a coach? And I want to start my coaching career at some point, but just up in the air, having fun, doing what, any 27-year-old do with no kids, and going out there and living life, traveling the world, and doing anything and everything that's possible.
Very cool, very cool.
In the Northwest Native News, like and subscribe.
All right, thank you so much.
Thank you, guys.
Good luck in the next round.
Thank you.
All right. All right, so we are out here on day 2 of Hoopfest for Inland Northwest Native News. We have brand new Tribal Councilman Joel Boyd. Congratulations on your win, Joel.
Thank you.
How's Hoopfest been for you this year?
It's been pretty good, aside from my personal team losing out late yesterday evening. It's still fun to get out here and just watch everybody else play. I have a 9-year-old daughter who's playing her first Hoopfest, and so, it's more exciting actually watching her than it is, playing. And we have numerous nieces and nephews playing in the tournament too, so just trying to make our rounds and watch as many games as we can.
Cool. How many years you been coming to Hoopfest?
I've only missed one Hoopfest since I was in 4th grade when I broke my ankle and broke my hand in the same week, a week before Hoopfest when I was in roughly 20, and ever since then I've been playing, so what's that, going on 20 years now.
Wow, that's great. 20 years, that's crazy. That's a lot of Hoopfests.
Yeah, it is.
Let me ask you a little bit about, so this is your first run on council, is that right?
No, I was actually reelected. I got on the council back in 2017, and so reelection this year and made it through. So.
Well, what are you looking forward to the most in this term?
In this term, I would say some of the capital projects. I can't release too much of that information, but this just getting back to the community. Inchland community really needs some of the stuff that we're pushing, and so I'm excited to see what we can get accomplished there. And not only that, I mean just across the tribe, all in general.
Well, I for one was really surprised when your dad went into that. I never really thought of him much of as a politician, but he was, he did a good job, and it was really neat to see that transition.
It was. I mean, even with that, I didn't realize it how much he was into politics, but if you listen to a lot of his music, all of his music's political in a way, in a sense. And now looking back at it, I realize that's kind of, he was always interested in it, always in tune with politics, I guess you could say, and on the federal level, state level, tribal level, it was just kind of what he enjoyed. It was, I don't know, and for me, it was more, I guess, as I aged, I kind of realized some of the politics and the purpose of tribal politics and the reasoning behind why it's so important to continue that on. And so that's kind of what led me into it, I guess.
Who were some of your most inspiring natives along the way?
For politics, definitely Joe Pacotis. He's one that, growing up as a kid, he was on council when I was, just a kid, but I still remember him coming into the classroom a few times, and just his demeanor and everything about him was one of the people that I think I really looked up to as a kid and kind of wanted to aspire to be. But there's been multiple councilmen for the tribes that I've looked up to, and of course my dad's one of those, obviously. But I mean, I still to this day I still have people on our tribal council that I look up to. Our chairman Rodney Costin's one of them. He's one of the guys that out there is inspiring me to continue to do more, to work a little harder while I'm in the office as well. So. Yeah.
Well, congratulations on the recent wins. You guys had a big win in the Distitel settlement. You guys had a big win with Tecaminco.
Yeah.
And now we're looking at trying to get some salmon up beyond Chief Joe and Cooley. What's your perspective on that?
I mean, it's been over 80 years since we had salmon above Grand Coulee Dam, and so I mean that's one of the things that I've never had experience with. My parents haven't experienced salmon runs above Grand Coulee Dam, but to have that insight now and to have that being even discussed as much as it's being, I think we're right on the edge of getting that done and accomplished. So I mean, the cool thing is my kids and their kids, that won't even be an idea of not having salmon there. To them, it'll always have been there, I guess. And so it's really important to get that back in all of our cultures. Not only our tribe, your guys' tribe, the Kalispels, everybody, all of us. So yeah, really looking forward to that.
Cool. So you look pretty young to me. How old are you?
I'm 33. I actually confuse myself. I have to remind myself how old I am. So I'm glad you say I'm still young, because to me I feel quite a bit older.
Are you youngest on council?
I am the youngest on council, but we actually have we just had somebody elected this year who's a year younger than I am. So before that, I think the youngest council was about 17 years older than I am. So it was a big change for me being in there. But we all kind of grew this bond together anyway, older or younger, and so we kind of have this mesh that we all kind of clicked on, and so it was really cool. I tried to just bring something different to the table at a young age, just a different mindset than some of the people who've been on for quite a bit, or some of the people who come on at like 6 year old, or it's different time periods. So it's really cool to get some of their knowledge too on a lot of the stuff that's going on.
A lot of things change, over the years. It's really a great opportunity to learn from some of the older councilmen that are on there, but it's also a great opportunity for younger people I think somebody your age is a little bit more approachable for them. What do you think about that?
And it is, and that's kind of where I'm at now is, I have other friends who really smart, educated, and they're like, that's one of my goals sooner or later is to get on tribal council or something. And I said, what are you waiting? What's the reason for waiting? And actually for myself, even I wasn't gonna technically run for another 10 years or so, and just that, after my dad passed away, I had people approaching me and kind of pushing me into it, and I thought, if I don't do it now, how do I know I'm going to do it in 10 years? Or, when is the right time? I don't think you ever really, I don't think you know when the right time is. And so, I mean, who knows how long I'll be in for, or right now I love it. I enjoy it. And, I feel like it's something I can continue to do for a while now. And so.
Well, you guys, Colvilles, you had a really young tribal councilman that went to the National Congress of American Indians, became president. Mel Tenasket back in the day. He was a pretty young one when he got started.
He's one I didn't really know until about a year. Right when I got on council, he was getting off of council, so I didn't have a chance to work directly with him. But the cool thing about Mel was he was still doing some work, and even for EWU, who went over and testified, and we both testified in front of a committee over there last fall, I believe. And so it was my first time really working with him, and he actually testified. He did his testimony right after mine, and so I didn't have to follow him up. But man, that guy can talk, and the way his demeanor and everything about him, he's really respectable. I mean, anywhere you go, still to this day, when I mention I'm Colville, with some of the other tribes, they ask about Mel Tenasket. He's one of those guys that are gonna, the name's gonna be around for a long time.
Yeah, well, he was down at National Indian Gaming Association down in NIGA, San Diego this year, and he won the Wapato Warrior Award.
Yeah,
that's pretty cool. That's a pretty neat thing to see. So
well deserved as well. So he's a great guy, and the work he's done for the tribe, I think a lot of it's going to be in place for quite a bit of years. So yeah. Inland Northwest Native News, like and subscribe.
We are out here today, second day at Hoopfest, and we found a couple of ballers. Can you tell me your names?
Quinny Meninek.
And yours?
Alvina Meninek.
All right, where are you gals from?
Yakima.
Yakima. All right, Topnish, Wapato.
Topnish.
All right, that's great. We were out there to cover the parade. A couple weeks ago, you guys had the Treaty Day parade. So we went out there and shot that. We went down to the powwow in White Swan. So what's your name?
Brianna.
All right, and you from Yakima too? All right, and what's the name of your team?
The Rainbow Warriors.
What's that?
The Rainbow Warriors.
Oh, Rainbow Warriors. Cool. Did you guys all play on the same team? Oh, what was the name of your team?
Lady Cats.
All right, how did you guys do?
We went 1 and 2 yesterday.
How about you?
We went 2 and 2.
You guys have a good time?
Yeah.
What's been the best part about Hoopfest so far?
Playing basketball.
You guys out there throwing any elbows? No, I'm just...
No.
No, that's good. How many years have you been playing here?
Since 2014.
2014? All right.
This is my first year.
Cool. What do you think of it?
It's fun.
Yeah. Are you going to come back?
Yeah.
All right. What schools do you guys go to?
Toppenish Middle School.
Going to high school, Toppenish.
Wapato Middle School.
That's great. Well, I appreciate you guys taking the time to come out. What do you guys, when it comes to basketball, are you guys like all in, or is it a part-time thing for you? You guys going to want to play college ball or anything like that?
Yeah.
What college do you want to go to?
Gonzaga.
Oh, Zags, Bulldogs, great. Lady Bulldogs. All right. That's cool. How about you?
I don't know yet.
How about you?
I don't know yet.
No, not sure yet? Well, that's okay. Well, again, we thank you for taking the time to come out, and we look forward to seeing you next year. We'll probably see you on the Powwow Trail. We were down there for the White Swan Treaty Days, and we went to the Heritage Center. And so a couple years ago, we were out there with the multimedia group that they have going on at the library there. So we go down there quite a bit. So hopefully we'll see you gals again. Thanks for taking the time. Have a good one.
You too.
All right, so we are here today at Riverfront Park. We found a couple of Hoopfesters. Where are you guys from?
I'm from Cooley Dam.
And you are from?
In Chalim.
In Chalim. All right, that's great. So what's your name?
Racy Marchand. And I'm going to be a freshman.
Oh, you're going to be a freshman. All right, that's great. And what school do you go to?
I'm going to go to Okanagan. I was transferred from Cooley Dam.
Oh, okay. And how about you? What's your name?
Isabella.
Isabella.
Finley.
So you guys play? Did you both play in Hoopfest this year?
Yeah.
Yeah. How'd you do?
Oh, we're going. If we win this game, we're going to championship.
Really?
Yeah. I'm playing with college kids, so it's kind of nervous.
Oh wow! That's congratulations. That's all.
Thank you.
What's the name of your team?
Just go with it.
All right. Cool. So how many years have you guys been playing together?
This is my first year playing with them. I jump around from team to team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have any favorite WNBA players? No? Are you going to try and play college ball?
Probably.
Yeah. How about you? Are you going to try and play college ball?
Yeah.
What college do you know?
No.
No. How about you?
Gonzaga.
Gonzaga. What so far has been the best part of about Hoopfest for you?
Playing.
Playing?
Just experience.
How many years have you been out here?
Since I don't know, since I could play.
Since you could play? So like every year for like 12 years, 15 years or something?
Yeah.
Since the beginning of time. No, I'm just kidding. How about you? How long have you been playing?
Like 5 years.
5 years? All right. Have you either of you ever gone to championships before?
Yeah.
Yeah? You both did? Wow. Congratulations. That's great.
You.
Well, thank you so much for your time, ladies. And good luck on your championship. Hopefully we'll see you in the winners bracket.
Okay, yeah, thank you. Have a nice day.
You too. Thank you.
Get out, get out. Get out. Come on.
How am I supposed to fit this in my car, guys?
Just one last question.
What's up?
Yesterday you told me that you guys were coming in through the back door.
Yeah.
At what point did you think that you guys actually might be able to make it all the way through the back door?
Honestly, right when we lost, we figured, we're not going to lose again. So for us, we knew it was a true double. And so we had to play them on the main court. And then we had to come over here and handle business where we, started it. And we thought we'd like to finish it here just for fun, get our money's worth.
Oh, yeah. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Good job. Thank you.
This championship for Nike. Black Swarm looking to delay that. Standing Rock puts it up and in. Chris Brown will check it in. Back to Brown, handoff. Pass to Standing Rock, knocked out of bounds by Nike. Black Swarm will maintain possession. Deep two coming, too much. Rebound stays with Black Swarm. Another two coming. That's gonna hit. And it's a 19-16 game.
Larry says play ball, ladies and gentlemen. It's time to play ball. Your JBL Huppin 6 foot and over championship. Robert Lippman giving up to Mike Hart. Parker Kelly from downtown. Robert Lippman up top, the Northwest Christian grad. Gives it to Parker Kelly. Put the ball covered by Robert Lippman. There's Aubrey. Giving up to Austin. Mike Hart's got him. Austin outside to Aubrey, long two ball, can't get it to go. Mike Hart with the rebound. Former Zag gives it up to the former Eastern Eagle. Robert Lippman now inside, hook shot, gets it to go. Robert Lippman. Austin the long two. Robert Lippman the rebound. Parker Kelly from downtown and hits it. Parker Kelly the two ball. Mark Axton. Inside to Parker Kelly, no good. Rebound, Mike Hart. Axton a long two and hits it. Mike Hart with the rebound. Mark Axton. Axton puts it up. No good. Mike Hart rebound. Parker Kelly's going to shoot it. Hits it for the championship. Parker Kelly with the game winner. Leon Hayes over Bobby and the boys 20-10 for the JBL Huppin 6 foot and over championship here at Hoopfest 2019. Right now it's center court with Executive Director Matt Santangelo, Mark Axton, former Eastern Washington Eagle, Mike Hart, former Gonzaga Bulldog, Parker Kelly from Gonzaga Prep and Eastern Washington University, and Robert Lippman, Northwest Christian grad.
So, 3 in a row, bro.
Yeah.
How's it feel?
Feels awesome. Yeah. I'm speechless. I don't know. It's a great feeling, especially just to do it with the caliber of guys I play with. It's awesome.
What's your best part about it?
Just being out here and playing for these guys. I mean, they all put it out and go hard. And I have to do the same. And we all want to win. So.
You're growing up in Spokane. I mean, you've been coming to this thing forever.
Yeah.
I mean, you're back when you were a 5 third grader.
Oh yeah.
Did you ever think that you'd be great?
No. I mean, it took so long to get going out here, and finally it happened.
What did you think the second time? Who won the second?
Second time, I was good. And then this one was just icing on the cake, and it just seemed more fun this year than the other twos. Yeah,
you guys looked like you had a good time. You went out and started you started Hoopfest by playing a tournament with David Flett.
Oh yeah.
Now, was that scary, or did you guys feel pretty confident?
It was a little nervous. It was nice playing on center court, getting the feel for it, but ultimately my body hurts, and so it made things a little bit more difficult. But everyone else is tired, so.
Do you think it really gave you an advantage to getting out here warmed up?
A little bit. I mean, the other style's quicker pace, and so playing Hoopfest is a lot slower, so we were able to take our time and be patient.
So before you made it here, you went back with that other team that took, you know, they were pretty close. They were probably your best competition.
Yeah.
What was that like? You got nervous about going out?
Nervous? No, just worried that we'd have to play another game. we just wanted to just win and call it good. We didn't want to play any more than we had to.
Congratulations. Thanks so much.
Thanks, guys.